So this pastor is currently trending because of something that he did that was completely out of line to his congregation with respect to the practice of tongues.
Who among us speaks in tongues? Raise your hand. You speak. Come. Let me get a recording on my phone. Speak in tongues. All right. All right. Okay. Stay right away. Someone else who speaks in tongues, come and tell me what she said. Someone else who speaks in tongues, come and interpret. I'll call again. Someone else that speaks in tongues, come and tell the world what she just said. What did you just say? What did you say? No, what did you say? Interpret. You may return to your seat.
Now let me go back to my initial claim that I made in the beginning of the video where I stated that what the pastor did was out of line. Here are 4 reasons to justify that claim. Point number 1, it was unbiblical. Point number 2, it was manipulative. Point number 3, it was disorderly. And for point number 4, it was spiritually irresponsible. Now, there are 2 reasons why this is unbiblical. Number 1 is that the Bible recognizes that when one speaks in an unknown tongue, he can speak privately to God for personal edification. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verses 1 through 2, that he that speaks in an unknown tongue speaks not to men, that is, doesn't speak to the congregation, but speaks to God, for no man understands him. The second reason why this is unbiblical is because tongues are given by the Spirit and not pressured by men. The Bible says in Acts chapter 2, they all spoke in tongues as the Spirit of God gave utterance. The second reason why I object to this video is because it is a disorderly use of tongues. For my second point here, it should be stated that the tongues that I'm assuming is being used disorderly is not a private tongues, but a tongue that should be for the purpose of edifying the congregation. In other words, public tongue. Now, Paul makes it clear in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 that public congregational tongue is not to be spoken unless there is an interpreter. However, that assumes that the elders of the Corinthian church must first be aware that there's even one present in the church that could even interpret a tongue before that congregational and public tongue is even spoken in the first place. Now, what this pastor is guilty of is reversing the order of what was biblically instructed, and instead he pressures someone to speak in tongues before ensuring there was even an interpreter present to speak in the tongues. My third point for why I object to what the pastor did is that this resulted in a public spectacle and not public edification. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7, the Bible says that the gifts are given for the common good, not for a common show, not for a spectacle, nor to even make a point. Turning the spiritual gifts into a public test or a drama violates true worship and the purpose for which the gifts were even given in the first place, namely to edify one another. This fourth reason is that this pastor lacked significantly pastoral discernment and responsibility. A good pastor doesn't shame or manipulate people into pressuring people to use spiritual gifts. All that does is cause confusion, it causes spiritual harm, and it induces people psychologically to please the congregation and the pastor, which then leads to false manifestations.